is something out there.
Mr. Allen, what is in 1237? I see dead people.
It will scare you to pieces.
I kept hearing this like scraping, kind of a scraping sound on the block wall that I was standing next to. I looked around and it looked like somebody had wiped copper on the wall. I kind of look around trying to figure out what it was, and there was 2 kids up on the levee that overlooked the plant, and they were shooting 22 rifles at me.
A legit scary occurrence would be showing up to a facility when the power is out and you don't hear all the same sounds, like blowers and motors running and water moving. Then you start to think about what could be creeping out in the quiet when you normally are just paying attention to the plant. That's what's scary.
This facility has tall grass. It was the summertime and you can't drive back there because there's all that fuel that's ready to go up. So we didn't have to walk back, and I looked over and there was a mountain lion looking at me.
I had a call out in the middle of the night, kind of in the middle of nowhere. The power was out. It was in a very old building that you had to throw the breaker back on, and using my flashlight, reached for the breaker. Something bit my thumb, and it scared me to death, to the point that I ran out of the building, and it took me a little while to get my courage up to go back in there. I reached over it and turned the lights back on, got the breaker on, and a bird had built its nest in the panel below, and the baby birds thought I was the mother bird. So as I reached for the panel, they were sticking their heads up, biting my hand, thinking they were about to get fed. That was pretty scary.
We were responding to an emergency on Highway 1 in the middle of the night, and we were setting up our generator, and a drunk driver come down the Highway 1 headed right towards us at the generator, and we all had to scramble and run, and the car swerved away at the last minute.
We were at a winery and we pulled the lift station pumps for repair. The owner came out to try and figure out why the lift station wasn't running. So he started turning all the switches on and off while we were working on the pump. Had it all disassembled and everything. Fortunately, we had electrically isolated the motor at the panel. Otherwise, someone could have lost a hand or been electrocuted.
We were building a wastewater treatment plant, and we were having to do bypass pumping. I had gone around to the front end of the volute of the pump. This is a giant diesel-driven pump. Nate had just turned the pump up to max operating pressure, and we weren't moving any water. I just went around to the front end of the pump and was checking the pressure gauge, and so I leaned around the left-hand side of the pump to yell at Nate, and right when that happened, the cast iron hatch blew off the front, dumped a couple 100 gallons on me immediately, and just a column of water shot past me. We looked around, and we found the actual hatch nut that had broken off and had whizzed right by my face. And it's just one of those moments where you realize, man, 6 inches to the right and I would have been dead.
Went up to the chlorine tank, which the chlorine tank is inside a plastic sugar shack, that we like to call it. Opened the doors and I saw a rattler. So I'd have to say I jumped back quite a bit, but I grabbed my shovel off the back of my truck, cut its head off, and I ate it that night.